Hey guys, Matt, Irontrap Garage. We're working on the free T today. So we got the new front tires. I actually spent money for once and depleted our profit on the car. And we're basically now dead even, back at zero. So we're still at free, essentially. And now that we got the new front tires on, they dropped the front just a little bit. Got it sitting exactly how we want. And now we are able to work on getting the wishbone mounts built and set into the car so that we can actually start getting the steering finished up, and we can roll the car in and out without having mechanics wire holding the whole mess together. So I had this cool idea in my head for a while now after we made the steering to use the ball and socket style like found on the Model A steering and some of the others for the wishbone mounts. I thought it would be pretty cool and it would kind of follow the theme of an earlier style build. And I kind of had an idea kicking around my head, but I wasn't quite sure. Then I saw on Instagram somebody was selling an old set that somebody had made off a 40s or 50s build that bolted on, and it was a plate with the ball from a Model A steering arm welded in, and that was the ends of the wishbone mounts. I figured that I would kind of copy a little bit of that idea and then what I had in my head, and we're going to make the wishbone mounts and set these in. So we do have to shorten. So we took the drag link from a Model A, we cut it off, and we're going to shorten the wishbones that we have here. Somebody had already cut them to split them, but hadn't actually welded anything on. So we're going to cut these down so that this socket section fits in. We'll butt it up, then we can weld it all together, bevel it, weld it all together, and then we'll cut our steering arms, make the plate, get it all set up, and we should have something pretty cool here soon. So we'll start on getting the rest of this cut up and the plates made. We'll show you where we're at once we're a little further along.
Once Matt and I achieved a 90-degree bend in the bracket, we lowered it down in the vise and continued to heat the edge of the bracket. I then took a hammer and struck straight down on the bend to help flatten it and give the appearance that it was bent in a break.
it rolls without the front end flopping all around, which is a big deal. It's something I've been waiting to do for quite a while. So we got the wishbones locked into the frame. I stitch welded the mounts that we made to the frame. They still need some finish welding done, but we'll do that when we blow everything apart and flip the frame over. Then I can make sure I'm getting really good welds instead of trying to shove myself underneath of the frame, because the car sits so low it's hard to get any kind of welding done underneath, or even on the sides it's a little difficult. So I have everything locked in so it's safe to move around the shop and roll it outside to take a look at things. So that's a big thing. So the next thing that we need to tackle after that is getting the steering situated. So we built the steering box and all of that you saw in the previous video. But the one thing we need to do yet is we need to heat and drop the steering arms on each of the spindles to get the tie rod to go underneath of the wishbones. It's a common thing that people have been doing on these cars since everyone's been running drop axles and lowering them. So we'll be tackling that next. Then the car will pretty much steer. It rolls, nothing's falling apart, there's no clamps holding the chassis and the steering together, which is awesome. I think we're actually down to 0 clamps at this point. All we have is a handful of clecos just holding some of the sheet metal in place, which is something that I usually do until I get all the sheet metal work locked in and I'm happy with how everything is. Then we'll weld it all in one shot over a couple of days. So that's all I got for this one. Thank you guys for watching. As always, we do videos on Tuesdays on the free T. We do videos on Fridays on the Sweetheart Roadster when I have progress done on that. And we throw in videos of different things going on in between, like videos on tools that don't suck and stuff with going to swap meets, car shows, picking, things like that, those type of adventures. We started putting out some of those videos. So thanks as always for watching, guys. Catch you later.